Popcorn rice after discussion.
Want to know some more fun facts?
Isn't it awesome to see some of your favorite content creators and favorite people, honestly, that you follow here on this app, be a part of this amazing community called the Nerd Initiative?
And I do movie reviews, I do like hot takes, I break movies down, like I just give my perspective on how I see film. Yeah, man, we got 3.2 million followers in 2 years.
No kidding.
Doing that, yeah. It's been amazing, got many opportunities. I'm here because of that. Like I got hired by New York Comic Con to make TikToks for them.
How did you start it?
I worked in advertising for a couple years. And one of the campaigns I was working on just needed something from social media. And me and my partner was like, okay, let's check out TikTok. Everybody's on that.
Right.
And, once we got on the platform, we got really addicted to it. And it just was only a matter of time that I started talking about movies on there, just like how I do in real life. Because I can't stop.
So you love movies. It was always movies.
Love them.
What was the movie that got you like, was there like one film that was like, this is it, I'm in?
I have two. One is like my fan moment, I call it like the Star Wars moment.
We all have them.
It's like the New Hope moment where you see the Death Star explode for the first time and it gives you that whoa, kind of moment. That moment for me was in Lord of the Rings.
Right.
It was a You Shall Not Pass moment. I saw that when I was like 11. My grandmother didn't tell me what we were seeing, and I see this big, sweeping, epic. Nobody told. I didn't know what it was.
That's the best kind.
My grandmother just said we were gonna go see a movie,
That's
and so watching this 3-hour epic as a kid, I was like so entranced with it. And then that moment was like the apex for me, and I was just like, whoa. And it was that one that showed me how big movies can be.
Right.
And then Spider-Man 2 showed me how emotional movies can be.
Right.
So I was fortunate enough to talk to Sam Raimi at the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness premiere.
Did you really?
Yeah, it
How
was a
he?
full
Was he a
circle.
cool guy?
Super cool guy. He loves what he does.
Yeah.
He knows who he is.
Yeah.
And I just love how he likes to keep to his roots while still making something new. Right? Because he's a horror movie guy.
Yeah.
The Multiverse of Madness was very horror inspired.
Right.
And so to see him kind of talk about that and still also revisit Spider-Man 2 in his mind and his thought process, it was honestly one of those full circle moments that you couldn't replace.
Incredible.
It's incredible, man.
So when are you going to direct?
You know what? People keep telling me you should definitely direct your own movie.
Are you writing?
I'm writing, yeah. I do a little bit of writing. I haven't did a lot of writing in a long time because I'm too busy watching.
Yeah.
But I do, again, copywriter. I got into copywriting because I really wanted to be a screenwriter. And then my aunt said, Hollywood's not as stable as I would like you to be.
Right.
So,
you got that wrapped in you.
I got that whole spiel.
Don't be a makeup guy. You'll never make it. But
you know what? It's funny because she told me that.
Yeah.
And then I got into advertising. It's more stable.
Man. It's a love.
Exactly. It's the people who truly love it. And you get into it, and then it shows on screen. It shows in the product,
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing. I feel like my authenticity in my love for movies is what got me to this point.
Well, people feel it.
Yeah.
Even it translates through TikTok.
Yeah.
I can see it in your eyes when you start talking about it. Yeah, and I feel that. And that's why it's doing so well, man, It really is, because it comes from inside. That's where everything should start,
Thanks,
man.
Great. Yeah. I see a lot of products that end up not the way that you would expect them to, and that's because outside hands get into it and it becomes a lot more technical. It becomes a lot more, corporate.
Yeah.
Because you got to meet that mandated bottom line. We got to do this, we got to do this. Whereas
people have voices in their head. People telling you, you got to maybe try this and do that.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but when it comes from the heart, like with what Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool, how he tried so hard to get that thing out, and when you watch that film, you could tell that there's true love for that character. Right. Same thing with what we saw with Everything Everywhere All at Once. Right. They make a movie that comes from the heart, and it's all about. It has absurdism in it. It's surrealism, but it's still grounded in a family story about a woman who doesn't feel like she's done everything that she could have. And so you use the multiverse to kind of take her through that journey and bring her back to square zero. No, you do have everything.
Right.
Which is why I think it's one of the best movies of the year. It is the best movie of the year to me. It's just how can you tell that story?
And it's a theme you're talking about that a lot of people subconsciously are not really getting, but it's there.
Yeah.
Where people want to return to family and love and the archetypes that represent God or something, a supreme being, whatever you want to call it. So they get it on a certain level that they might not be able to express, but it's there.
Yeah.
And it's in all of us.
Yeah,
and that's,
I dig that. I like that you said that because I wrote a paper on Toy Story when I was in college. I wrote a whole thesis on the theory and on the whole trilogy. And it blew my professor's mind because he was like, "You thought about this watching Toy Story?"
Yeah.
And I was saying, like, Toy Story, yeah, it's a film about toys coming alive and things of that sort. But when you really think about it, the way we connect to it is you have a character like Woody, think of him as a man who loves his job so much, and he would do it for free, right?
Right.
Somebody else comes in, he's younger, more agile, he's more loved, he's just pretty much like the new age, and it almost renders him obsolete. So he gets a brush with mortality in that first movie, which is what causes him to act out, right? He thinks he's on the way out.
Yeah.
After that reconciliation, you go to 2, where Woody has a true brush of death when he loses his arm and he thinks he's going into the trash. So what does he try to do? He goes to the museum and he tries to be immortal. He tries to be loved by kids from behind glass for all time, instead of living life and being played with and risking that trash dump one day. And then he realizes, I don't need that. I'm going to live for right now and watch my kid grow up. And even though it's fleeting, it's still a beautiful thing.
Yep.
And then you get to the third film where now you have the other toys talking about like not wanting to go to the attic. And Woody's been there. So he says, you guys don't want to go to this Sunnyside daycare and play with kids over and over and over and over again. Some things need to end. And so he takes them through that journey. And it was just like,
the life messages there, man.
It is hidden. It's really hidden, you know?
But people get it, even if they don't think.
Even if they can't like articulate it.
Articulate it.
Yeah.